Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. It's your girl Vanessa of Servants Beats. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell. And today we're going to be making this trendy gold wired beaded bag. Okay, she can be made in any size, any color, whatever you want. You can use her for the wedding, you can use her for whatever occasion that you want to take her for, and she can match your dress, your shoes, your hair. That is up to you. Okay, so we're going to get right into the tutorial. Right here I have a pack. This is what a pack of beads looks like for me. I have a pack of size 10 sugar beads. Here is half a pack of blue crystal beads. I'm using my 0.70 fishing line. I have some gold wire here. I am going to be using these two round handles. You can use whatever handles that you have. Then I have my scissors and I have my satin cloth, of course. So we are going to get started. Here I'm just pouring some of the beads into a bowl, and I'm cutting my fishing line that I like to work with. Okay, so I want to apologize for any sounds you hear in the background. Please, rain is falling so hard right now while I'm recording this voiceover. Okay, so pick up your 4 beads and string them on one end of your fishing line. Then you're going to cross with the 4th bead just like that, and you're going to drag it down like so until we get to the end. As you can see, my fishing line is quite long, and we're going to have a circle of 4, or you can call it a cross. Okay, so I'm going to grab 3 beads. In my left fishing line I'm going to insert 1 bead, the right fishing line I'm going to insert 1 bead, and I'm just going to cross with the 3rd bead just like that. Then I'm going to pull it down until we get to the end, and this is 2. These are 2 crosses, or 2 circles of 4, or 2 rings of 4. Okay, you're going to do another one. You're going to grab 3 beads. In the left fishing line insert 1 bead, in the right fishing line insert 1 bead. Then you're going to cross and you're going to pull it down. So we want to have a total of 15 of these crosses, but we are going to stop at the 14th, so that our 15th is going to be a turning cross. Okay, so this is 14 rings. You can go ahead and pause the video and count. That's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Okay, so we have 14 and we want to make the 15th one right now. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my fishing line on the left. I'm going to pick up 3 beads, insert all those 3 beads into that fishing line on your left, and you're going to go ahead and cross with the 3rd bead just like this. Okay, so cross with the 3rd bead like this, and our fishing lines are going to be facing the sides now instead of forward. So that is our first turn, and our first turn helps us to complete the row that we are previously on, and those are a total of 15 crosses right now. So the fishing line on my right, or the fishing line facing upwards and away from our work, I'm still going to string 3 beads on that fishing line, and then I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead. Okay guys, I want to remind you that please, you should watch this entire video to the end so that you do not miss any part, and please watch without skipping. Don't skip the ads on the channel as well. Thank you very much. So we have begun row number 2, right? And we are just going to continue working the row. Okay, so I'm just pulling it, making sure it's nice and firm. Make sure you're pulling your work as you work, so that your mat, because we are building a mat right now, is going to be nice and firm. So if you want to learn anything beginner in beads, I have an entire tutorial, an entire course available on my channel. I'm going to leave the playlist down in the description box, so please check it out. If you want to learn anything about beads, you want to start make your own beaded bags yourself, or you want to teach somebody. Okay, so the fishing line on my right I inserted into the following bead from the previous row, then picked up 2 beads with the fishing line on my left, and I've crossed with the 2nd bead just like that. I'm going to repeat it again so you guys can see. With the fishing line on my right, I'm going to insert into the following bead right there from the previous row just like that. Then with the fishing line on my left, I'm going to pick up 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the 2nd bead. Now whenever I'm working with the mat, I always make sure that the work side, or like the side that I'm building, is always on my right hand, because my right hand is my dominant hand. Okay, so my right hand helps me insert the fishing line into the beads from the previous row, and my left hand picks up all the beads. Okay, so I recommend that you do this if you are someone who uses their right hand to work. So I've just flipped my work, and I'm still going to do the exact same thing. Insert your fishing line into the flowing bead, and then you're going to pick up 2 beads. That's the fishing line on your right. Now you're going to pick up 2 beads with the fishing line on your left, and you're going to cross with the second bead, just like that. And you're basically going to continue this pattern until you get to the last but one bead there, where we are going to change up the pattern and we are going to turn. Okay, so I'm going to see you when we get to the last but one bead. Okay, here we are with our last but one bead. I apologize for all the lighting changes in this video. Like, my lighting wasn't working with me today. So we are the last but one bead. I've just picked up 2 fishing lines on the fishing line on my left, and I am going to cross with the second bead. Did I just say I picked up 2 fishing lines? Please, I picked up 2 beads. 2 beads, people. Okay, please watch the video and forget about what I say. Okay, so with the fishing line on my right, I've inserted into the following bead from the previous row, and on that same fishing line I'm inserting 2 beads there, and I'm crossing with that second bead. And this is our first turn. Again, this is our first turn, you know, from the row. I said our first turn always ends the row we are working on and helps us to start on the next row. In this case, we are going to be starting with our third row. Now with the fishing line on my right, or the fishing line facing away from your work, you're going to string 3 beads on that fishing line, and you are going to turn just like this. Okay, so this is what we have, and I'm going to insert my fishing line. That was our second turn, by the way. I'm inserting my fishing line to the following bead from the previous row. We are working on row 3 now. With the fishing line on my left, I'm picking up 2 beads, and I'm going to cross with the second bead. Repeat the same motion again. Insert your fishing line into the following bead, then pick up 2 beads and cross with the second bead. Okay, so you're going to continue doing this until you build your entire mat. Okay, so you're going to make a total of 22 of these rows. Okay, 22 of them. We are making a bag which is 22 by 15. Okay, so I have my 22 rows here ready. You can pause the video and count. I'm counting the sides right now, and those are 15. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is attach the handle, right? So I'm going to look for the midpoint, which is going to be the 8th bead. So we have 7 on each side, 7 on the left, 7 on the right, and then into that first circle of 4 right there, into the first circle of 4 right there, I'm just marking it. I'm just marking the fishing line on that bead so I don't get confused. As it's transparent bead, it's easy for you to get confused. Okay, so now we want to make the handle of our bag, right? And the handle of our bag is basically just going to cover that one bead right there that you see my handle placed over. So in that very first circle from the top, I am going to insert my fishing line into the bottom bead of that circle, just like that. Then I'm going to pick up 1 bead on the fishing line on my left, 1 bead on the fishing line on my right. And then I'm going to cross with the third bead just like this. So we are attaching the handle of our bag first before we continue with our bag. So I'm just crossing with the third bead just like this. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing again on the fishing line on my left. I'm going to insert 1 bead. To the fishing line on my right, I'm going to insert another 1 bead. And then I'm going to cross with the third bead just like this. So we need a total of 3 rows which are going to help us to hold our handle in place. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 1 bead, insert it on one end of my fishing line, 1 bead, one end of the other fishing line. Then I'm going to grab one end of one of the fishing lines. I'm going to insert it into the next horizontal bead like this. You know, we're inserting our fishing line from right to left, so that should be horizontal. That's horizontal, right? Yeah, so when I insert that fishing line there, both fishing lines are going to meet on one spot. and I'm just going to tie it off immediately. Okay, make sure you tie it nice and firm so that your handle doesn't move around a lot. Okay, so I'm just tying it. You can really see I am using all my power to make sure that that handle stays nice and strong, and I'm just doing a double knot. Okay, so when you're done with this, just go ahead and tuck in your fishing line. Then you're basically going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. Make sure you start by finding the middle bead first. So I'm just linking it to the other side, and now we are going to that lower bead right there of the first cross. Insert your fishing line right there, then you're going to join it to the next bead right there. I hope you guys can see it. Right, I know that the transparent looks like it's like water. Okay, so insert your fishing line right there. You're going to repeat the exact same thing. Here I started from the bottom part till I got to the front part. Okay, so just go ahead and repeat the same thing that we did, and then I'm going to shoot. Wow, I'm going to see you. Wow, I'm going to see you when you're finally done attaching your handles. Okay, people of God, we are here. We've attached all our handles, and now we are going to count 9 beads on each end and fold. Count 9 beads and fold. Then you're going to count 9 beads on the other end and fold. And that is going to be, these are basically going to be the sides of our bag. By the way, we are beading this bag in a flat method. Okay, in that my course I also showed you the different ways of building a beaded bag. So this is building a beaded bag flat. Okay, now like I said, we have 9 on each side. Our base is 4, so 9 plus 9 plus 4, a total of 22 rows. I hope you get the math. I hope the math is mathing. Okay, so now we are going to build the corners. What we have right now is the sides. Okay, now we need to build the corners. Building the corners is actually very easy. Now just grab a new fishing line and let's get started. Okay, with your new fishing line, you're going to insert your new fishing line into the first bead from the base and the last bead from the side. Okay, then with the fishing line on your left, you're going to pick up 2 beads and you're going to cross with the second bead. Then you insert your fishing line into the following bead like so. Then you pick up 2 beads and you're going to cross with the second bead just like this. And then insert your fishing line into the following bead again. Pick up 2 beads and you're going to cross with the second bead. And with the last bead, it's going to be a little bit different, okay? So we're going to insert our fishing line into the following bead, and then we are going to insert that same fishing line into the first bead. As you can see, I was off camera, but I was out of frame, but I've inserted into the last bead from the other side. Then our fishing line is attached to 3 beads now, which means we just need 1 bead to complete the corner. Okay, so our first row of the corner is done. I'm going to insert my fishing line which is on my right. I'm going to insert it, let it go upwards. then pick up 2 beads on that same fishing line, and I'm going to cross with the second bead just like this. And then we are going to work the way we normally would if we were working a mat. Okay, insert your fishing line into the following bead, pick 2 and cross. Okay, then you're going to build both corners, and yep, this is how it's looking like. Okay, so this is how our bag is looking like without all the madness we're about to, you know, decorate her with. So if you're going for this type of bag, go ahead. Look, she's looking nice and plain. If you want a plain bag, that's good, but we're not going for plain today. Okay, we are going for dazzling. We are going for a lot on this bag. Okay, so let's just get right into the second part of this bag. So this is all the beads I had left from building the entire bag. So I used 3/4 of a pack. Okay, now we are going to start making our bow tie for our bag, a cute little bow tie. So I'm just inserting all the plastic crystal beads into a bow, and we're going to start building our little bow tie on the back. So this is completely optional. Okay, and now the first thing you're going to do is to pick up 4 beads, right? And my camera did not want to focus, but that's how the beads look like. These are 8mm crystal beads. Okay, I just want to make sure that I said that. 8mm plastic crystal blue beads. So string all 4 beads on your fishing line so that you're going to end up with a cross. Now we have our cross, and we are going to do something a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to do a beaded increase. So you pick up 4 beads on the fishing line on your right. Pick up 4 beads with the fishing line on your right, and this is what you're going to do. Make sure all beads go down. Then into that very first bead that you picked right there, go from your left to your right. Insert your fishing line in that manner from your left to right, and this is going to cause a beaded increase. If you want to see an in-depth tutorial on how I do a beaded increase, please check out my course. My course is in different classes, so just go to the respective class and check about beaded increases and decreases, because you're going to need them for this particular part of the video in case you don't understand. So I'm just going to continue normally. I'm going to pick up 2 beads on one end of the fishing line. That's still the fishing line on my right. Then I'm going to cross with the second bead, and this is going to give us our second cross right there. This is row number 2 we are working on. Okay, row number 1 was just that one cross that we did at the beginning. Row number 2 was the increase. It started with the increase where we picked up 4 beads, and we are continuing with row number 2 right now, and this is what it's looking like. So with the fishing line, which is on my left, I'm going to pick up 3 beads, and I'm going to cross with the third bead. Okay, you could either cross the third bead, or you could go backwards into that crossing bead that we just had right there. Okay, I also, like I said, just go to that class on how to increase and decrease to see like an in-depth tutorial on how to do beaded increases and decreases. So as you can see, both our fishing lines are facing the third bead right there. They're facing the third bead, and now we want to do an increase again. And what do we say we do when we want to do an increase? The fishing line on your right is supposed to pick up 4 beads. So pick up 4 beads with the fishing line on your right, and then you are going to go into the 4th bead. Let me pick up all the beads first. Make sure you push all the beads down like this. Then you're going to grab the very first bead that you picked on that fishing line, and you're going to go from your left to your right. Insert your fishing line into the bead, in the hole of the bead, from your left to your right, and that is going to form an outside cross. Okay, then you're going to flip that cross, make sure it fits perfectly. Then on that same fishing line, you're going to pick up 2 beads, and you're going to cross with the second bead. And yeah, then we're just going to be working as we normally would until we get to the end. So this is our second row of increases, right guys? It's our second row of increases. So I'm basically just going to work this entire bag right now until I get to the last bead at, the bead at the end. Now we are at the bead at the end. I've just inserted my fishing line into that bead. So I'm just going to pick up 2 beads with the fishing line on my left, and I'm going to cross with the second bead. And this is what we have. As you can see, we're having some sort of a triangle now. Now we have to complete the triangle on the third row. The fishing line on my right, I'm going to pick up 3 beads, and I am going to cross with the third bead. Okay, so that is basically an increase at the edge of that row and a turn at the same time. Okay, so this is what we have right now. Our bow tie, our increases and decreases is complete. Now we are just going to work normal rows of how to on beading a mat. No increases, no decreases whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to start by picking up 3 beads on the fishing line on my right, or the fishing line facing upwards and away from our work, and I'm going to cross with the third bead. Insert your fishing line into the following bead, and then you're going to pick up 2 beads, cross with the second bead, and we're just going to do the pattern of building a mat. So we're going to have a total of 5 rows of no increases or no decreases whatsoever. So right now we're already building the second row. You're going to go ahead and build up 3 more rows. Okay, here we are. We have our 5 rows. We have our 5 rows of normal rows, no increases, no decreases whatsoever. And we are going to start doing decreases all over again. Okay, so now I'm just going to complete my row. I'm going to insert my fishing line into the last bead of that row, pick up 2 beads and cross just like this, and then we're going to do what am I saying? I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing that we had at the beginning, but now we're going to be doing decreases. Okay, like I said, if this is not explanatory enough for you, make sure you check out my class on how to do beaded increases and decreases. So basically, I'm going to move my fishing lines so that they can come out in a crossed way from the second bead. Okay, from the second bead. So right now our fishing line is attached to the first bead, but one of our fishing lines to come out from the second bead, and that is a decrease. Okay, that is a decrease. If you do not get this, please check out my course, the class number. I'm going to leave the link for the class number and the entire course playlist in the description box and in the comment section. Okay, so I'm just maneuvering my fishing line into all those beads so that all my fishing lines are going to come out in 2 opposite directions into that second bead from the row there. I don't know why I was struggling with this bead, probably because the hole of the bead was very small, but yeah, but finally she did enter. Okay, I did enter just like that. I also have a class in that my course on what to do when your beads are stuck like this. Your beads don't want to pass in between the hole in your beads. I also have a class which teaches you, it's more of a beading tip. Okay, so make sure you check it out. So I'm going to pick up 3 beads with the fishing line which was facing away from our work, and I cross with the third bead. As you can see, it's giving us a slant. Insert your fishing line into the following bead and pick up 2 beads with the fishing line on your left and cross with the second bead just like that. Then we are going to prepare for another decrease. So I'm going to insert my fishing line into the following bead, and in that same fishing line I'm going to pick up 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the second bead. So that is our first row of decrease. Remember, at the start we had a total of 2 rows of decreases. This is our first decrease row, and to do our second decrease row, I'm just going to move my fishing line until it gets to that middle bead right there, which is the second bead from the side. So I'm moving my fishing line down, to the right, upwards, and to the right again so that it enters that middle bead right there. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the fishing line on the other fishing line. I went down, now I'm moving to the right, and then I'm going to move upwards, and I'm going to cross. I'm going to cross it into the middle bead. Okay, so both ends of our fishing lines are going to be crossed into that middle bead right there. So this is what we have, and now we are going to do our final decrease, which is picking up 3 beads and crossing with the third bead. Okay, or you could just, I decided to tie mine off right here because my fishing line was finished. But if you still have some fishing line, pick up one bead at the end, at the right of, wow, I can't talk. Pick up one bead with the fishing line on your left, pick up another bead with the fishing line on your right, then you're going to cross with the third bead so that both your fishing lines are going to be facing forward. Okay, so I'm just going to insert my fishing line right there so that my fishing line is going to be facing forward, just like I said. So as you can see, we have a tip. You have a tip at the beginning, a tip at the end, right? This is what you need. Then with the fishing line on your right, you're just going to insert beads into the left and right fishing line. Then with the third bead, you are going to cross. Okay, so this is our middle bead right here. Please take note of this. This is our middle bead right here. Now you're going to insert your fishing line into your left, and one into your left, one into your right, and cross with the third. And this crossing right here is the start of another, whatever we just did right now, that diamond-ish shape that we had increases and constant rows of 5. This is the start of it. Okay, right? So we are going to do an increase right now. So I've just picked up 4 beads, and I'm going to be crossing with the very first bead of those 4 beads, just like that. Insert your fishing line. We're inserting it from right to left, hope you guys can see, and that is going to create a new row for us. And basically you're making the exact same thing that we've been doing, that or we did for the, I don't know what shape is this. It looks, I don't know, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say. I want to say it looks like a fish. I'm going to say it looks like a fish, but repeat the exact same thing, and you're going to end up with 1 bead, of course, just like that. And now we are going to repeat that exact same middle bead that we had when we were linking up the first fish. So we have ended up with a fish, first fish, beaded fish, right? So I'm picking up 1 bead, I'm going to insert it into that very tippity bead right there, pick up another bead, and we're going to tie off. Okay, so we just need 2 sort of identical looking fish. What is this? What is this thing? I don't know what it is, but we are trying to make a bow tie, but for now it's not a bow tie, it looks like a fish. I don't know what our fish is having. A long tip at the front and another at the back. Then you're just going to fold your back, making sure those 2 joining beads are touching each other, and boom, your bow tie is almost ready. Look at how she's already looking like a bow tie that I would wear on my neck. I don't know why I went out of frame. Okay, I don't think I'll ever wear this on my neck, but yeah, this is how you build a bow tie. Very simple, very easy. Boop, 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 you are done. Okay, so please tell me in the comment section how if oh my god, if how much you're enjoying the tutorial. Basically, tell me if you're enjoying the tutorial. And if you have any requests for any bags that you want me to make, send to my Instagram. The link is going to be in the description box and in the comment section. Okay, so please make sure you let me know. I have a long list now, and I've started tackling it immediately. You know, this is the first video I'm posting after the entire course, and you guys have been, few of you have been texting me about tutorial. Okay, so I had to post this tutorial, right? Okay, so let's just continue. So I picked up 1 bead, inserted my fishing line into the bead, you know, the joining bead that we had there, that bead at the tippity top. Then I've inserted the other end of the fishing line into that into the other side, the bead on the other side. Please watch the video, okay, in case you know I'm not saying what I'm doing. Watch the video, watch my hands. I'll try to say this on my videos. Please watch my hands, okay? Watch my hands, then you listen to my voice. So I'm just going down. I'm just moving my fishing line down and to the left. The other fishing line, I'm going to move it down and to the right so that it's crossed. And then we're simply, how do I say this? Folding our ribbon and blocking it in place so that it doesn't, did I say ribbon? Our bow tie. Why am I saying these things? We are simply trying to make our bow tie to look, you know, like a gentleman, right? So I inserted 1 bead then inserted the fishing line into the other TPT bead right there, inserted the other fishing line into the other TPT bead. Then I'm just tying everything off. Okay, tie 2 times, then tie it's a double knot. Okay, then you tuck in your fishing line. Also in that my course, I teach you how to properly tie and your work. Tuck in your fishing line, tuck in that knot to make sure nobody sees the knot, and how to cut your fishing line. And now we are just going to make attach this, I don't know, is this a rhinestone, or I don't know what this is, but this is what I had. You could use anything that you have to make your bow tie look more interesting. So I'm just going to sew it with an actual needle and thread onto my purse. Like, there's no way that I can really explain this. So this rhinestone thingy has, I think it's felt, that felty material. It has it at the back, so I just sewed it, went back and forth, then basically stitched it to my bow tie, and boom, I was done. I don't know how to explain this so you guys can see, but now it's time for us to attach our bow tie to our bag. And attaching it is really, really simple. So I decided to attach my bow tie at an angle. Okay, I decided to attach it at an angle. I didn't attach it like normal vertical way, like straight. I decided to attach it at an angle. So I'm just trying to find the correct spot which is going to fit my bag. You could try to do this too. Make sure that it fits your bag. Okay, but before I attached it to my bag, I decided to do little gold wire trees. That's what I'm going to call them. Little gold wire trees. I decided to do them first. So this particular wire I'm holding is like 30 centimeters. Okay, please, please, please take it from me, make yours longer. Okay, make it longer. So I just inserted one bead until it got to the middle of our, I was about to say fishing line, of our wire. Then I twisted 3 times. You could twist 4, but please, I would advise you to twist highest 2 times or 3 times. Don't twist it too much, because I twisted mine too much, and the gaps between each of our tree branches, that's what I'm going to be calling them, was too much. Okay, but if you want it to look exactly like mine, please just follow what my hands were doing, the number of times I twisted each one. So you could twist this any direction that you wanted. Okay, but just make sure that when you twist a bead individually with a fishing line, make sure that you with the fishing line, no, with the wire, make sure that you twist both wires again together. So this is what I mean. Okay, if you grab one wire like this, if you grab one wire, insert your bead through, fold your bead, fold the wire over the bead so that it will look like you have 2 wires there. Then you're going to twist both wires right there. Right, you're just going to twist both wires like this, and when you're done twisting that, make sure you twist the original 2 wires together before you proceed to the next branch. Okay, so this is, I don't know how to explain this again. Just go ahead and keep on making this pattern. Also, I want to say, when you're getting towards the end of your wire, please leave a long tail for the end of your wire. You need a very long tail. That's why I'm advising you to even cut your wire to be longer. Oh my god, I'm yawning. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Okay, so I'm just twisting. You can twist any direction. You could try twisting 2 beads at the same time. It could work. Okay, so twist, 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 twist until you have many branches. Okay, make them as many as you want. I'm just going to let you guys watch, so if you want to follow this, go ahead. Okay, so at this point I was done with my twisting all of this. I think I had a total of 7 of these branches, but please, you could do more, as much as you want. Okay, now I'm just trying to attach my bow tie to my bag. And like I said, I'm trying to attach mine at an angle, and my rhinestone is sort of facing downwards like a teardrop. That's what I was going for. And remember that fishing line that I used to connect both ends of the middle part of the bow tie? I didn't cut it off because I wanted to use this to attach it to attach the bow tie to the back. Okay, now I was just making sure that both fishing lines were in two separate areas of the bow tie. Then I'm going to insert my fishing line into one of the beads. As you can see, I'm going to count from the side so you guys can see. So that is the third row from the side, or is it the fourth row from the side, then the third row from um the fourth row from the bottom, and the third row from the side. So that's it. I'm inserting my fishing line right there. Then I just pulled it out with my crochet hook, and then I'm just going to move my fishing line, the other one. I'm going to move it as well, and then I am just going to keep maneuvering it like that until I completely tie off my work. Okay, so you're just going to need to find a way around attaching this. Like, you're just going to pass it through as many beads as you can, and make sure you tie it off so that your bow tie is going to look secure. Okay, this is me tying it. Yeah, so that your bow tie is going to look secure, so that your bow tie is secure, not look secure. Okay, we want the bow tie to be secure. That's what we need. Okay, so I'm just attaching and tying. Then I even put my fishing line through one of the flaps of the bow. Then make sure I pulled it down back to the back, basically attaching the bow to the back. I'm just going to let you guys watch, okay, because clearly explaining is not doing any good. Okay, so like I said, just move your fishing line between your beads on the back and the beads on the bow. And this is how our bow is looking like on our back. Our back has upgraded from being plain to looking like this, but it's not enough. It's still not enough. It will never be enough. Okay, now we're going to grab our gold wires. gold trees, gold branches, whatever you like to call them, right? And I believe I had a total of 7 of them. Please, you could make more. And as you can see, the bottom part, or what was left, the excess gold twine, is looking short. Oh no, these are too short. Okay, so make them longer when you end your work. So this is a total of 7 beads, and we are going to try to attach it to our bag. So before we attach, I'm going to like make a mock adjustment of how I want them to be placed. So I'm just putting them at strategic angles. So I put one, letting move a little bit to the northwest, the other one a little bit to the northeast. This one is almost at the north. I don't know why I'm saying geography terms here, but okay. This other one is like to the west, the other one is to the southwest, and then another sort of northeast sort of thing. This other one is to the what is that, southeast. Yep, so I just did that mock sort of placement so that I can know where it goes. Now to attach, I'm just grabbing those two ends of our wire and make sure that they meet like that, and I'm just going to grab one to cover it up, and I'm going to wrap around. Okay, I'm going to grab two wires, and I'm going to wrap them around. Okay, don't wrap them too tight, right? And then I'm going to grab the others, and I'm just going to attach them. Try as much as possible to follow that mock method that I just did, that placement. You could do yours. You could do a lot more branches like this if you want them to be thicker on your bag, or you could do a few depending on you, depending on what you want. Yeah. So I'm going to let you guys watch everything. Okay, it's basically a repetition of everything. So I'm just going to attach all of the wires right now on the out of the bag, and then I'm going to then attach that entire tree that I'm going to make to the bag. So I'm going to see you guys there. Please go through my channel and check out all my other video, my beaded bag tutorials. I have done tutorials of very trendy beaded bags right now, so please make sure you check out those tutorials so that you can learn a thing or two. Make sure you please share my playlist for a beginner in beads, and that is basically it. So I've wrapped all of my wires together, and I have basically just one stem left, just one big stem left. Okay, so like I said, our stem was supposed to be longer, but because the edges were too short, that's the stem we have. So now I'm using tweezers. You could use your pliers to sort of bend those very sharp parts that we didn't need, to make sure that you bend them so they don't show or they don't hurt anyone. Even though I don't know why this will hurt anybody, but I can trust kids. Kids can wound themselves with anything in this life. Okay, so just be safe and secure. If you're someone who has kids in the house, I have my nephew running around the house, this was hard to do. Please make sure you make sure that all of the excess gold wires are lying nice and flat onto the tree. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. All we're going to do is attach it now to our bag, and honestly attaching it is quite simple. So I just looped my fishing line around one main part of the tree, and I attached it to one part of the beads from the bag, and I'm simply tying it. That is it. And I'm going to make sure that part of the tree is hidden behind our rhinestone bead there. Okay, so to attach it, you are just going to tie it. Keep on tying the tree to the back. Make sure that the base of the tree doesn't show. Make sure it's hidden behind that rhinestone of the bow. Then I'm just grabbing another short tree that I made, and I'm just forming an attachment because I wanted the tree on the beads to be a little bit thicker, right? And I'm just going to attach it where I can. I'm just going to let you guys watch to see what I do. Please, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I'm going to get to them, I promise I will. Okay, here I was done attaching all of the excess gold line, gold wire that I had here. And here I want to make sure that the trees stay to the back or stick to the back. So I've just chosen a random bead, inserted a short fishing line through it, then I'm going to loop it over the branches and I'm going to tie it down twice. Make sure I hide the knot, tuck in the remaining fishing line, and I cut. So doing all of this is going to make sure that your wire trees actually stick to the back. Okay, you want your wire trees to actually stick to the back. So I went ahead and I did this for all the very long trees. So go ahead and do that as well. So insert your fishing line into any random bead which is above your tree, and then you are going to tie it and you are going to tuck in the knot and tuck in your fishing line in general. If you don't know how to do all of that, please make sure you check my beginner in beads course. Is up on my channel. Please, this course is free. Okay, you're not paying anything to be able to watch this course. The course is absolutely free. So share it to someone that you think might need it if they want to start making their own beaded bags from scratch and they don't know anything about beaded bags. I start with the materials that you're supposed to buy. Please check out that entire playlist. Now, when you're done attaching your wires, we're going to move on to the next step, and that is the extra handle for the bag. So you could hold this bag like a handbag, or you could hold it like a shoulder bag or crossbody bag, depends on you. So all I did was you can make a chain however long you wish. So I made a beginning mat of a total of 12 rows. The first row, or the first circle, is a circle of 5. I just inserted 5 beads, crossed with the 5th bead, then started making normal circles of 4. Then towards the end I just picked up 2 beads on the fishing line on my right, 2 beads on the fishing line on my left, and I just tied it together to create the other circle of 5 at the end. And basically I just want the handle not to be completely chains only. Okay, so I inserted jump rings into each side of the circle of 5s at the end, then linked my chain to it, right? Okay, so I want to create the lobster clasp, the loop for the lobster clasp, where the lobster clasp is going to be. So it is removable. This handle is removable. So I inserted my fish line into the middle bead right there. I'm picking up 3 beads. I'm going to pick up 3 beads, and then I am going to insert my jump ring. You could insert how many number of beads that you want. Okay, so you just want to create a circle and then you are going to tie it. Okay, so there's no particular number here or where you're supposed to insert the jump ring. Insert it whenever, only except insert it before you're about to tie. Okay, then I just tied everything. Now we have a jump ring hanging there. I'm just going to tuck in all the excess fishing line and I'm going to meet you back. Now we have a jump ring connected to the handle. I'm just going to grab my lobster clasp and I'm going to insert it through. That's what it's looking like, just like that. And I'm going to grab my chain, then I'm going to insert it with the lobster clasp. Okay, so grab your chain and do just that. So I've just inserted my chain into the edge of the lobster clasp. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side as well. Yep, so I just grabbed one of the jump rings, opened it up, make sure I looped it, make sure it's still looped to the original chain, then I'm looping it into the jump into the lobster clasp. Okay, then when you're done, this is how it's going to look like. And this is a pouch. I sewed this pouch myself by hand. This is a handmade sewed pouch. So I have up to 3 tutorials on my channel how to hand sew your pouch for your beaded bag. This is a drawstring pouch, so I have 3 tutorials on how to do it, beginner friendly, so go ahead and check them out. I just added beads at the bottom so that when I pull the pouch open, the ribbons do not come out. And that is basically it. Our bag is done. She's looking nice, she's looking cute. Let me know down in the comment section where you're going to hold this bag to, what wedding, what event, what red carpet, what runway. Okay, where are you going to with this beautiful cute looking bag? I have a surprise for you guys at the end of the video, so please make sure you watch the end of the video. Okay, so the surprise is coming real soon. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, leave me a comment down in the comment section, DM me on my Instagram if you want to ask more questions. And yeah, I think that is basically it. Check out all my other video tutorials on my channel. They are easy, beginner friendly, anybody can do their own beaded bag. And if you're still a beginner, you don't know anything about beads, check out my beginner in beads course, where I teach you everything that you need to know as a beginner in bead. So this is it for this course. I'm just going to for this course I'm sorry for this tutorial, I'm going to let you guys watch until you see the surprise at the end, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.